sorry. It's too late. I'm regenerating.
Welcome to About Time, a Doctor Who podcast. I'm Stephen, and I've been a Doctor Who fan since 2005.
And I'm Ben, and I've never seen the show before.
Now we're watching and discussing every episode of the revived series, and quite frankly, it's about time. Hello? Can you hear me? You should be able to hear my voice. This is Stephen, About Time podcast host.
Yes, we know who you are.
Welcome.
Hello.
We've watched The Stolen Earth, and Ben is beside himself with emotion.
I'm mortified.
Before we actually get into The Stolen Earth,
Yes.
how have we been in the last week?
Okay.
Yeah, oh God.
My voice is going.
Yeah, not because of the emotion. It was going anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So this message comes from Tom.
Tom?
And it says, "Hi, I just wanted to say that I've started listening to your podcast a lot recently. Just finished season 2, and I'm really enjoying it. I've been thinking of emailing in, but hadn't yet because I've been nervous. The context is something I can relate heavily to because I've been with my fiancé for about the same time as you two. And while I grew up with New Who, and I've always loved it, my fiancé is American where there's less of a reach, and they don't really enjoy sci-fi, so it took a while before I could get them to watch it with me. Out of curiosity, what will you do next month when Shooty's season starts? Do you just lock Ben in another room while you watch it?" The answer, well, I don't lock you in another room, but either I send you upstairs,
but we've got a TV upstairs and we've got a TV downstairs.
Yeah.
So if I want to be downstairs,
I'll go upstairs.
But it normally
And vice versa.
turns out that I go upstairs and Stephen stays downstairs. But if I want to take the Switch, I can play the Switch. If I want to read,
we'll work it out.
Yeah. See, that's how it works, Tom.
Yeah. And then he finishes off, he says, "Anyway, yes, I've been really enjoying your podcast together. I find it really funny and relatable, and I'm glad you have a good relationship because you're both so adorable and gay."
Me did, who did, my did, what did? I don't think so. But
Maybe you shouldn't tell Ben this for your own sake, but I think the podcast is at its best when he goes a bit chaotic and on tangents, and you both lose track of the topic of conversation.
People like my chaotic and twirly side.
Your mileage may vary on that. Some listeners might be like, "No, that's the worst bit of the podcast."
I think the common consensus will be I'm really weird.
Yeah. Welcome to the gang.
Thank you, Tom.
We still haven't decided what we're calling our listeners, have we? That reminds me, we got a message from Jason who says shortlist names for... Oh, this is just for patrons, although it could be for listeners as well.
Yeah.
He suggests the Anywho's, because we say Anywho a lot.
Yes.
Linda, which stands for Listeners Input and Discuss Aliens, or the Whomongers, which I think is a joke on whoremongers.
We'll add them to the pot.
Anyone else got any more suggestions? Do let me know.
The hotties.
No, because that's weird.
The Thirstonauts.
No, because not everyone who listens to the podcast is as thirsty as we are.
Not as one as first as you.
Yes, all right, I stand corrected.
You're the one who went nearly viral.
For being a thirsty bitch,
Yes.
We will keep going. I'm sure we'll establish it at some point.
Anywho.
Who. Episode 12 of Series 4.
What a load of old shit.
Sorry, what?
Not really.
No.
But I'm sorry. No. Absolutely not.
What is this referring to?
It's referring to the fact that the Doctor got blasted with some death ray from a random Dalek.
Well, there were Daleks all over the place.
No, random. And how can he be like, "I'm dying," and everyone else is like, "Oh."
Well, because he's a Time Lord. That always happens, like, with the regeneration, there's normally, like, a prolonged thing, isn't there? Oh. I recorded your reaction to that whole section. We'll have a listen to it now.
Oh, no! Rose is going to die!
What do we do?
Don't die. He doesn't even get to see the final! He doesn't even get to see the final episode! What in the fuck is happening in my mind?
I'm regenerating.
No. No! No! No, I can't not watch it.
That's how we do things.
I need to finish the episode.
But you did finish the episode.
I need to watch the finale.
Well, good job we've got time tomorrow then.
No, I need to watch it now.
Then.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Why did Tennant not get the finale of the century? Why did he get an episode where he was literally 1/4 of the people in it? Like, I don't understand.
It's certainly a different way of approaching it.
And then we get to have Matt Smith, and I'm like, ugh.
Are you sure Matt Smith's next?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you haven't got your t-shirt on today?
No, I haven't. I've got a t-shirt on, but not the Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah,
one.
he's got a t-shirt on. It's maroon.
Yeah, I think to be honest, do it because everyone knew this was David Tennant's last series. I think that's right. So I think doing it at the end of episode 12, when you expect it to be in episode 13, is like a shock thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but maybe it's like kind of like he can rig the system, and he's like, he comes back as David Tennant, and he's like, okay, I've not got long. Let's finish this, and then he regenerates again.
Oh, I see. Well.
Like almost like a mini half a generation.
It's interesting. I wouldn't object if they did that.
But they didn't.
Because you do find that, especially in the newer series, like once the regeneration process has started, it's quite prolonged before they actually change. But he has done the whole blasty fire thing, and that's when the change.
We don't
happens,
call it the blasty fire thing. We call it the beast moment.
Oh yeah, Beauty and the Beast.
We call it the beast moment. Oh my god, poor Rose. She is traumatised to the heaven of the earth.
Should we talk about Rose? Because I feel...
Tears.
Yeah, you said you saw her marching along with her gun and you said, oh, she's grown up.
Yeah.
And in many ways, I think she has matured. But in many ways, she's still quite a selfish cow.
Oh, 100%.
Like that whole scene where she's like, oh, I'm trying to get through. I'm here. And when she sees Martha, and she's like, who's she? Like, she's like a jealous little bitch.
Because she's in love with him.
Yeah. But no, I do understand it. She obviously, he is the love of her life.
Yeah.
But also, can I just ask you what you think about the fact that now he's regenerating, she is so sad that she's about to lose that particular doctor.
Well, she was the same.
With Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but why has she not learnt by now that it's still the same person? They'll still, is it because, he's dishy and she likes that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You either find Matt Smith attractive and David Tennant not, or you find David Tennant attractive and Matt Smith not.
I'm sure there are plenty of people that find them both attractive.
Yes, but I am on David Tennant track, and especially now.
Yeah.
Of the heavens.
I think he's a handsome man, but I think I'd be team Matt Smith if I had to pick one that I found attractive.
No.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that you would go up and fantasize about him acting as Prince Philip?
No, not as Prince Philip, because that's just weird.
I bet you got secret, little pictures of him with his bum out.
There are a couple of pictures of him from photo shoots that I've got saved where he looks really good.
Not helping you!
What?
Not helping your case.
No. Anywho, there's that big moment at the beginning where the Earth gets moved and the TARDIS stays in the same place.
Yeah.
And he's like, we haven't moved, we're fixed. But that always slightly annoys me because surely that can't be how the TARDIS works, because if you land on a planet that's rotating, surely if the TARDIS stays in the same place, it would just shift around the planet.
No.
But if it's fixed in one position in time and space and the Earth is rotating...
No.
Why?
The technology that stole the Earth is very sophisticated.
Right.
And so if it can hide 27 planets, it can detect. The thing is, actually, no, think about it more. They want the Doctor there.
Yeah, I don't think they were aware that the TARDIS was on Earth.
Yeah, but maybe the TARDIS has a protective thing, it can't be pulled.
Oh, that's true, actually, yes.
It can't be pulled against its will.
Yeah, I could
unless you, lock onto it with a claw.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just something that always crossed my mind. I was always like, surely that can't be how it works. But I guess, yeah.
Isn't it a coincidence that the Doctor breathes oxygen?
A little bit, yeah. But you could say that about so many creatures in Doctor Who.
Most planets have oxygen.
Yeah, it's just, for convenience, isn't it?
Mm.
So it's a big one. It's a big story. big crossover, many characters.
Yes.
We got Martha, and when you saw her, you were like, "Oh, didn't I say she was going to be in the finale?"
Didn't I say all three of them were going to be in it?
But when you said that, I was thinking, "Oh, you haven't seen anything yet," because I knew the Torture and Sarah Jane was about to come up.
I love how they did this at the end, though, because I think Russell knew that he needed to narrow down the scope.
Yes.
So he cut people away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
From their base teams, and were almost becoming a little team.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But Sarah Jane is like now getting like, but then we know that you have 5 series of your own show, love. So we know you're not going to die.
Yeah, well, anything can happen in Doctor Who. Who knows?
We saw Martha's mummy.
We did, yes.
She
seems nicer than when we last saw her.
Yeah, I think she's realised that her daughter's actually doing some really good work.
Yes.
Like protecting the planet. Then we had Yanto and Gwen.
Yes.
And
I think it's interesting, obviously Torchwood being an adult show, seeing how they appear in the show, in Doctor Who, because they feel tonally different, like they're more appropriate for Doctor Who.
Yeah, you just caught them on a good day.
Yeah.
And we don't even know what happened to them.
Who?
Yanto and...
Oh, it's cliffhanger, yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't even know if they're dead.
No, well...
But I don't think they are, because they've got series 3.
That's the thing. You could change the cast in Torchwood, but they wouldn't kill off 2 characters in another programme, would they?
No, they would want that shock value in their own base show.
Yeah.
I'm so annoyed, though.
Yeah.
You could have had Tosh in this episode. She could have died in this episode.
But that would have been just too many characters, I think.
Oh. Because
did you notice they didn't include Maria and Clyde?
Thank God.
They're off doing whatever.
They were like...
Because that would have been... like, that would have been too many people.
Sarah Jane, I want to help.
Planets in the sky. Oh my God. Dad, look at the sky.
We are so sorry. It just works.
It's just so funny. Because wasn't Luke on the phone and he was like, he found out she'd gone to Cornwall or something? Have I made that up? I could just imagine her on the phone being like, Luke, I'm in Cornwall. We're having pasties.
Filled with hay. Oh dear. But Clyde is down the road.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He's just being street smart somewhere. Yeah, the opening credits for this episode are so funny. I don't know if they were intended to be funny, but it's hilarious trying to watch them fit all those names in the short space of time. But it's cool though. People say this is like the Avengers Endgame of Doctor Who, of like all these characters from different shows and different seasons coming together.
But I'm sorry, like, this is cool. Don't get me wrong, this is cool that they're doing all this crossover work. But I will say, it's not giving any one team a time to shine.
Well, you've only seen the first part of a 2-parter.
K9 might come back.
Might do.
I don't think so, because he's in a lawsuit battle.
If I said to you that there might be a couple of characters who didn't appear in this episode, but they're still to come in the next one.
Yeah.
I wonder if that might whet your appetite.
Jackie.
You think?
She's going to come and follow Rose. Maybe the girl and guy who are in Blink.
Oh, yes. I will say, we'll come on to Harriet Jones in a bit, but her role, they wrote it in, then they asked her if she'd do it. And then she said yes, because she loves Russell and will do anything for him. But they had backup plans. If she said no, they were going to either use Elton from Love and Monsters or Mr. Copper from Voyage of the Damned.
I don't know who Mr. Copper is.
Clive Swift, the one who got left on Earth with all that money.
Oh.
But he did actually fund it in a way, because she said it was funded by the Mr. Copper Foundation.
Oh.
Anyway, another hilarious moment for me is when she says, Mr. Smith, I need you, and he plays his music, and she's like, I wish you'd stop playing that fanfare. Just tell me what happened. I don't know why I did a Welsh accent. But
is she Welsh?
No, she's not. I don't know why I did that accent.
Oh.
But because he always plays that music, and I thought it was just part of the score for the Sarah Jane Adventures, but then she actually confirms that actually no, it is playing that in real life. Every time it opens, it is playing that music. I just think that's hilarious.
He's a bit like, I've arrived!
Yeah. And you said, I think it was when you saw the planets in the sky for the first time, you said something's collecting planets.
Yes.
And you were like, I think you thought it was the Time Lords, didn't you?
I thought it was Time Lord, but as soon as...
Put it through. Let's hear it.
Are you surprised?
No! I said it!
Yes, yes.
I knew it was the Daleks. I called it. I called that they were coming back for the finale.
Yeah.
Didn't I?
You did. Yeah.
And I said that Martha, Dr. M, as we call her on this podcast, and
Rose.
Bossy Rose, all coming back, fighting for the Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Rose finally gets to see him again after...
But what, are you mad that it's the Daleks?
A little bit.
Okay.
I just think to myself, like...
We haven't seen them for a while. It's like been a series and a half.
Really?
Yeah. Evolution of the Daleks was the last time we saw them.
I just think they're a bit boring.
Well, they've got a new angle this time. We'll come on to that as well.
They're a bit one note.
They can be. It's how you write them because... All right, should we talk about Davros now then? So,
Man in the wheelchair. I did not know he was blind.
Yeah, well, no, he's got an artificial eye which replaces his real eyes.
He looks like something out of a horror film.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He looks like something out of Saw.
Yeah. You've seen pictures of what he looked like in the classic series, haven't you?
No.
You must have done. I'm sure I've shown you at some point.
No.
Okay. Well,
maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Do you know why he is the way he is?
He gave his legs to the Doctor.
No, because the Daleks were created obviously during a war on their planet.
Yeah.
And there was lots of radiation, so he is mutated and he's damaged from explosions and things like that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
He's in a wheelchair.
Yes.
Do you think that a wheelchair actor should play him?
I'm glad you brought this up because this is a thing.
It's a bit like Professor X.
Is that X-Men?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
You've got Patrick Stewart who played Professor X.
Yeah.
And then you've got James McAvoy who played Professor X. Both of them can walk.
Yeah.
As I know, because Patrick Stewart is getting a bit old. I just think there are plenty of actors out there who do have a disability where it does put them into a wheelchair.
Yes.
But it doesn't stop their ability to act.
No, 100%. No, I completely agree.
And I just think they should be at the top of the list because it's authentic.
Yeah, and that is happening more and more these days. And Russell is even addressing that we've got a new character in the series at the moment, played by Ruth Madeley, who is an actress in a wheelchair, and obviously therefore the character is in a wheelchair.
Is that Richard Madeley's daughter?
Not that I'm aware of, no. I don't think so.
Have I ever told people... Now, this is going to put me in a weird light.
Oh, my God. You have a crush on Richard Madeley.
When I was 16, during study leave, I was watching a lot of This Morning.
Yes. Did he present it at that time?
I think so. Or is it in the evening, Richard and Judy had their own chat show?
Yeah, was that in the evening? I thought it was daytime.
I thought it was Channel 4 tea time.
Okay.
And, yeah, I developed a crush on him.
Okay.
I just think he is ageing spectacularly well.
Okay.
He's quite a deal for me.
Yeah. Anywho, we were actually talking about the serious point of wheelchair representation.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. People love our tangents, but as long as we get back to the topic. So let me give you this information that the character of Davros was also included in 2023's Children in Need special sketch, played by the same actor as here, Julian Bleach. But he's been entirely redesigned. He is no longer in a wheelchair. He can walk. And he doesn't have the facial disfigurement.
Oh.
But it's still Davros. And Russell T Davies has said, this is how Davros looks now. We've changed his look because it's no longer appropriate. Well, it was never appropriate, he's saying, to be portraying an evil character as being disabled and that disability feeding into his evilness. Because that's a trope that has been going on a long time.
Yeah.
And I completely agree with that and I completely understand. And a lot of people are very upset about that and think he's an idiot for changing it and that Davros's design was iconic.
Or ableist then.
It is ableist. I think I can see both sides if I'm honest. Because there are people who are saying, oh, well, does that mean, a disabled person can never play a villain because you'll say they're being ableist?
No.
But it's not that.
they can play a villain. It's just that their disability can't make them a villain.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, anywho, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think,
But we're not going to dwell on this because it's a long topic of
my
conversation.
personal opinion, if you're a good actor and you can do what the show is asking of you, or the musical is asking you, or the play, or whatever, then you should be in the running for it.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. But that said, I don't look back on this episode now and think, oh, they were bad for continuing that appearance of Davros, because they just weren't. It was a very different time. It wasn't that long ago, but it was different. We live in a very fast world. People weren't so conscious of that stuff. I wouldn't have been conscious of that. Yeah. I'm only conscious of it now because the conversation's being brought up and you see things online and we're part of that society now. But, so there was no malice in them portraying Davros that way. But that's the thing. It's just about optics in a way and sort of looking at, is this a bit off colour to be doing this in this day and age? It's 2024 now. Your intention might not be to cause offence, but you have to look at how it could be perceived and how it plays into any long-standing history of prejudice. So I think it's only a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anywho, so this is Davros.
They're all clones of him, basically, though.
Yeah, each one grown from a cell of his own body, and you get that horrific shot of all his
And they
flesh.
call this a TV children's show.
Yeah.
A family show. I'm sorry.
Quite disgusting.
I wouldn't like that as a child.
No. But yes, he's played by an actor called Julian Bleach, who you've seen in the Whoniverse before.
No, I haven't.
You have?
I haven't.
He was in Torchwood, and he played the Ghost Maker.
Oh.
The circus man.
Oh, okay.
He's very good at villains. He's a creepy guy. Then he does have a wonderful voice.
He reminds me, when he was playing the Ghost Man, he reminded me that he would be very good for the child
The child
in Chitty
catcher.
Chitty Banger.
Yeah.
Chitty Chitty Banger?
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yes, I think you mentioned that at the time. Yeah. But yes, so Davros was killed in the Time War.
Yes!
But he came back.
I told you it was not locked.
Well, this is the thing. The doctor said it's impossible because it's time locked, but Dalek Khan managed it. So,
told you!
Do you remember who Dalek Khan was? He was one of the cult of Skaro.
Yes.
He was there with Dalek Sec, the human Dalek, and he was the last one. And the doctor said to him, look, I can help you if you let me. And he did emergency temporal shift and disappeared. That emergency temporal shift, I don't think they can control where it sends them. I think it's random. And it just happened to send him right into the Time War.
No.
Well, or maybe Destiny shoved him into, I don't know.
Absolutely not.
Why?
No, it's not random. It's
Okay.
not random. They are too sophisticated for that.
Well, then why did they end up in 1930s New York that time before when there's nothing...
Because they were hiding.
I don't think so. I think it's random.
No, it's not. No, it's not. They are not random people. They are very calculated.
Okay.
How can you think it is?
I think it's the fact that it's emergency. It makes it sound like, well, we can't really control, but we're just going to shift because we need to get out of where we are right now. That's my opinion. You can have a different opinion.
I do have a different opinion.
That's fine.
Maybe they're pre-logged in. Like several destinations.
Maybe.
But I don't think it's utterly random.
Okay.
And I don't think it could be a fluke. If it's a fluke, that's very weak storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, you know how hot I'm about storytelling.
Yeah.
And it would be so weak because he lost his mind.
Yes.
And he would have needed to actually work out how to get through.
Yeah. But yeah, he lost his mind because of the horrors of the Time War, I think, or it was something to do with going into Time War.
Yeah, no, like his getting through that
time bubble time lock thing. Yeah. But he is so creepy as well. I think the voice, the way Nicholas Briggs does it, is so funny.
It is like that, like insane jester.
Yeah, because you never expect a Dalek to. I mean, you can hear a Dalek giggling. I danced and died 1,000 times.
Why is his shell broken?
I get the damage from the Time War, I would imagine.
How did Davros get through the time bubble thing, whatever you want to call it, and not lose his mind?
Well, you could argue he's already lost his mind. He's quite insane. He's intelligent but insane. You've also got the Supreme Dalek, the red one.
Which does not move.
Okay.
He was just captured in different angles in the same fucking room on the same fucking platform.
What's wrong with that?
Commanders, that's very weak commanding.
Not really.
Yes, it is.
It's like a general sitting behind a desk,
Absolutely.
commanding the troops.
Yeah. Blech.
Let's talk about the Shadow Proclamation. So when you saw the CGI, the establishing shot of the...
This is where the budget went.
Yeah, the meteors with the sort of towers and connected.
The spinning...
Yeah, it looks so good.
The spinning island in the world.
You were like, oh, like you were quite excited.
It's fantasy. It was true sci-fi.
Yeah. And then it cuts
And then we open
inside.
up to some freaking office building in Bristol. It's like, build a fucking set.
Yeah.
You can build Harriet Jones's freaking living room and knock down a wall.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they knocked down a wall.
Yeah.
So
It was filmed in an actual cottage. They didn't build that whole room, but they did obviously have a fake wall, I guess.
How do you know it was built as the actual office or cottage?
Because I was reading the Wikipedia article earlier today.
Really?
Yeah. Also, with the Shadow Proclamation, again, this is
Who are
neat.
the red-eyed ladies?
They are the people who work for that. They are like, I think they're called shadow architects, whatever that means.
What are they going to do? Fucking build a tower?
When the Shadow Proclamation was first mentioned, this was in the first episode in Rose. The Doctor was talking to the Nestine consciousness, and he said, "I address you under Article 15 of the Shadow Proclamation."
Yeah.
Which to me sounds like some sort of constitution of like the universe. It's like a document or a law or something that
What
people
does
have signed.
proclamation mean?
That's what I don't like. If you proclaim something, you announce it to everyone. So it's like some sort of decree or something. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But then it comes to this, and it's like, I'm taking you to the Shadow Proclamation, and it turns out it's a place and like an organisation or something.
Yeah.
Which doesn't, for me, sound like what a proclamation should be.
Yeah.
So it's like his idea of it shifted, I think. But that's just, again, it's just a little nitpick.
Just saw it when he said a fancy word for the police.
Yeah.
We saw the rhinos again.
The Jadoon.
Joe Bo, Joe Bo, Joe Bo, Joe Bo, boo.
Yeah.
Jibbly blue, blue, blue.
Well done. And then he's like, Maho.
Donny babes, Donny babes, Donny, Donny, Donny babes. The lady was like, you have something on your back.
And she was like, I'm so sorry for your loss. I mean, the loss that is yet to come.
The Doctor.
Do you think that's what she means?
I think Wilfred's going to die. I think he's going to sacrifice himself for her.
Oh, we love Wilfred.
We do love Wilfred.
He is amazing.
He's a bit one note, don't get me wrong.
But that one note is gorgeous.
I can forgive Bernard Cribbins for the one note because he's old in this.
No, and that's just the character that he needs to be.
Good luck with your sweetheart.
Yeah.
I voted for her, I did.
You did not.
Sylvia's such a fucking ball buster.
And also, haven't you got a webcam? Oh, she won't let me. She says they're naughty.
I'm a bit like, do you know what I think?
Yeah.
I think maybe Sylvia should sacrifice herself. Because she's just not very nice.
No, she's not.
And it would actually show her love for her daughter.
Yeah. The scene with the Wilf's paint gun.
My vision is not compromised.
Not impaired.
Meh.
Yeah. So that was Bernard Cribbins' idea. Apparently he rang Rusty Davies up and was like, oh, if I had a paint gun and I shot that Dalek in the eye, he wouldn't be able to see. I just think you should write that in. And Rusty Davies was like, okay. And then he made it so that obviously it didn't work and it melted off. And also when Rose then blasts the Dalek open with her massive gun and Wilf's like, you want to swap? Like, apparently that was his idea and he just ad-libbed that when they were filming. And that's such a granddad joke, isn't it?
Yeah. No. He is a sweetheart.
He's one of my favourite characters in the Whoniverse, I think.
He's only in like 5 episodes.
He's made such an impact. What I also love about the use of the Daleks in this episode and all the characters that we've got, they've all got a special relationship with the Daleks in some way. Like,
they've always had contact.
Rose, she's seen 2 epic battles with them.
She's healed one with
Yeah.
part of her DNA.
Yeah. And
Where is he when you need him?
He's self-destructed.
No, he didn't.
Oh my God, we're not getting into this again.
No, he didn't.
This is our oldest argument on this
temporal
podcast.
shifted.
Anywho,
He temporal shifted.
Martha's obviously met them as well.
Has she?
Yeah, Evolution of the Daleks in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Sarah Jane, she was there with the Doctor at the Genesis of the Daleks, at their creation, so she's met Davros. Hence why she was so, like, when she saw him. Yeah. Jack was killed by the Daleks.
And then Rose brought him back.
Yeah, so they...
Oh, my God, when they see each other,
Oh, yeah.
it's going to be like... And he's going to turn to Rose, said, I can't die, Rose. My God. Whenever I think about Jack can't die, I just think of that fucking face.
What face?
The
the
blobby
face of Bo.
The blobby face with the balls hanging down from the side of its head, which
think
is, to this
that-
day, I think is his offspring.
I think Captain Jack's in his happy place if he's got balls hanging down by the side of his head. As is tradition in the finales so far, a couple of celebrity cameos as themselves.
Who?
Paul O'Grady.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh.
Yeah, because he's passed now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And Richard Dawkins, if you know who he is.
No.
No. So he is an evolutionary biologist, and he's most...
Oh, he's the man who was talking, we moved to them!
Yes. So why he was talking about planets when he's an evolutionary biologist, I don't know. But he's basically famous for being an atheist and being, like, very evidence-based about things. Like, look at the evidence. That's why he was saying, just look at the sky, look at the stars and all that.
Oh.
He's someone that I find really interesting, and in some ways I quite like some of his things he's said and done, but then he's also said and done a lot of nasty and problematic things, so, you know, but he's an old man.
That doesn't excuse.
No, it doesn't excuse. But I've watched, I remember watching videos, so you know how we've got the theory of evolution, which is widely accepted now, but you've got a lot of people in America who are creationists who think it's wrong, and they insist on teaching the Bible literally, and saying that God created the world in 7 days and he created humans exactly as they are, blah, blah, blah.
Who is going to dig up the earth just to plant a dinosaur bone and then to put the earth back and be like, oh my God, look what I've made. It's not The Simpsons.
Yeah. But literally, it is not, if you come across a person like this, there is no point having this conversation because they are so blinkered. So I've watched a video of Richard Dawkins having a debate with this woman, a creationist woman in America, and she kept just repeating to him, you know, if what you say is true, show me the evidence, and he just kept saying to her, you can see the evidence, you can walk into a museum and look at the evidence, it's right there for you. And she's just like, well, show me the evidence, like they're just blinded.
The thing is though, these type of people, you're making yourself look like you belong to a cult.
Oh yeah.
And, like, don't get me wrong, I am the type of person that has my own beliefs and I believe in different things. I believe in God in some form. Mm-hmm. That brings me comfort.
That's fine.
Doesn't mean you have to believe in it.
No, and I don't.
So, yeah.
We're able to live happily together. Yeah. But yes, another fun fact about Richard Dawkins is he does have a Doctor Who connection. He, at the time, not anymore, but he was married to Lalla Ward, who played a character called Romana in Doctor who was a time lady and who was a friend of the Doctor's and his companion for a while.
Oh.
And she, at the time that she was in Doctor Who, was married to Tom Baker.
Oh, my God.
So husband and wife were in the show together. And apparently they used to have loads of rows on set.
This is why you shouldn't eat where you shit.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I have seen some messy fucking situations in my time with people having sex with people they work with.
And yeah, nice to see Paul O'Grady. It's funny because, in a way, I sort of think that is what would happen because, like, something so seismic and scary like that happens, but in a way, life goes on. And so Paul O'Grady's like, you know, I saw all these planets I thought, what was I drinking last night? Furniture polish. And yeah, Yanto's laughing. I
do think Lily Savage... as a character, like, she's just cutthroat, like, straight to the point, no bullshit type of character. Like, she'd be very good. That type of character would be very good with the Doctor. Like, I mean, like, you just make it an adult show.
As a companion?
Yeah.
Lily Savage just being like...
What the fuck are those over there?
Yeah. Daleks look like fucking pepper pots.
Daleks? They look like our Sandra's hemorrhoids.
What?
Oh my God, they look like hemorrhoids.
No, they don't.
No, they do. Have you seen a hemorrhoid?
I don't think so.
I've not seen one, but I'm guessing it's a puffy. Oh, I have seen one. Do you remember that show with the 3 doctors? The dishy gay doctor on telly?
Right, no.
What's his name?
The dishy gay doctor on
Dr.
telly?
Christian.
Oh, him, yes.
Oh, he was another crush of mine as a late teen.
Fair enough. I know another show with 3 doctors. It was the 10th anniversary special of this show.
Puke. Yeah, and yeah, you did see some grim stuff.
Okay.
My voice is doing some weird stuff
Yeah,
today.
I told you earlier you're on vocal rest because we've got a podcast to record.
Yeah.
It didn't work. Something else that paid off that's been referenced throughout this series.
The bees!
The bees disappearing.
The bees are aliens, guys.
It's a load of old rubbish, but I fucking love that bit where the doctor's thinking like, anything, any sort of pattern, anything that can help us. And Donna just offhandedly is like, the bees disappearing. And the doctor's like, are you serious? He's like, the bees disappearing. The bees disappearing. The bees disappearing! It's so funny.
Any chance to do an impression?
Yes! So do you not know me by now?
I do.
Um,
The amount of times I hear impressions like, the bouquet.
Anywho, speaking of ladies of a certain age that I like to do an impression of, Harriet Jones made her final appearance in this
Former
episode.
MP.
Former Prime Minister, yes. Were you happy to see her back?
Yes.
I love her.
I will say, I agree with her.
Yeah, about protecting the planet and the Doctor not always being there.
The Doctor can't always be there to protect them.
Yeah.
And this is case in point. Yes, he's very lucky that she built a software that managed to get through to him.
Yeah.
But could not have happened. He could have put, oh, decline, I'm just going to go to the Bahamas.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't because that's on Earth.
Oh, I'm just going to go to Women Wep. That was a planet.
Woman wept, yeah. What?
Imagine an episode where we actually go to the moon and there is a man on the moon.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh my God, imagine if the moon is actually a sentient alien. And like, that's why we see faces.
Okay. Well, we've had a sentient sun in 42.
So yeah, it's quite plausible.
Yeah. There is an episode in the Capaldi era where the moon is something. I won't tell you what,
Oh.
but we'll come to that
Block of cheese.
eventually. I'm hoping we're still doing the podcast at that point.
I'm surprised I've made it this far. To be fair,
You
I
did-
will say this series
It's good.
has set a very high caliber.
This series is the best so far.
It is.
Yeah.
It has got some of its duds.
It's got some duds, yeah.
But I do think like this is quite a good episode.
This one,
And it
yeah.
has really, like, that ending has really made me like, okay,
You have to watch the
I
next
do
one.
need to watch the next one. And I
Yeah.
know that I've got enough time tomorrow morning to film a podcast.
Yeah, so we'll do it.
Yeah. Or I might just watch it tonight and then film tomorrow.
We'll see. Yeah, we were talking about Harriet Jones. And oh yeah, I was going to say I can see both sides of the argument because yes, she's right, the Doctor isn't always there and they need to protect the planet. But in that specific instance, the Sycorax had agreed to leave and they were leaving. And then it's like shooting someone in the back when their back's turned.
Yeah.
What she was
But
doing.
the thing is, though, there was the chance that they would have come back.
Yeah, well then if they
Or
do,
they could- but-
they do, then you can attack them. But if
I'm
they're
sorry.
retreating,
Yeah. But I'm also sorry, like, where is that gun now?
well, yeah, I don't know.
Like, Torchwood 1 is collapsed, so maybe they don't have the code for it.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, the subwave network, when you get all the video screens, it's kind of like Zoom.
Don't like that.
Do you not?
No.
Why?
Don't like it.
Was it cheesy?
Yeah.
As Donna says, it's like an outer space Facebook.
Yeah. Felt like they did it on Skype.
Mm.
And it just felt... Oh, I loved when Penelope Wilton was just pressing random buttons to
Oh, yeah.
just do... Like, this is the thing that I think, personally,
Yeah.
when you're doing something and you're telling him, oh, I'm just logging this on,
Yeah,
or giving you access, blah, 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 I think you have to choreograph that.
yeah,
If the camera's on it.
yeah.
Because I
It
think
is hilarious. It's such a trope, isn't it? It's hilarious how everything in these kind of programs is done with keyboard stuff. Whereas, let's face it, you'd probably be using a mouse in real life.
And it's also like the same version of like someone playing the piano and they're just smiling. And you know they're not like, hello, I'm playing the piano very well, thank you.
Yeah.
And you know, like, they're playing that man's music that is, like, got an arm span of 10 birds.
Oh,
And
Rachmaninoff.
Yeah, and it's like,
10
I
birds.
don't have enough hand width, but I'm still playing it.
Yes. But yeah, she is great. And then you got that, the final payoff of that joke of Harriet Jones, former Prime Minister, and the Daleks being like, yes, we know who you are.
Yeah. And then she was like, bleep.
And she died.
Yeah.
Or did she? Yes, she did. People have speculated, because you don't see her die, you see the screen cut out. People were speculating for ages that, she's not actually dead. But she's never come back.
No. I think if you brought her back, that's just cheapening her sacrifice for the planet.
Yeah.
And that is what her character's always been about. It's all about being about the people.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I agree.
the safety of people and the love of the earth.
Mm.
And she said, like, you don't know anything about humans. I think that when the humans always go up against Daleks, it really does. They write a story that shows that humans are scrappy, and our technology looks like junk compared to a Dalek or what's the potato people? Sontarans, and what's the
Cybermen.
No, Cybermen aren't really aliens. No, don't you dare say they are. They originated on Earth.
Yeah, the ones you've seen.
They originated on Earth.
That was a parallel version.
They originated on Earth.
The ones you've seen originated on a parallel Earth, but the Doctor has met Cybermen before from our universe, and they originated on another planet.
Okay.
You mentioned a bit of music. When all the phones are ringing the Doctor and the Torchwood Tower and everything, there's this brilliant bit of music. It's called...
I wouldn't... Brilliant at stretching it.
Oh, it's so fun. It's so fun. It's so synthy. It's called Hanging on the Tablaphone, because it's got...
Tablaphone?
Because it's got tabla in it. That's the joke. The track has got the tabla drums in it. And it's got like sleigh bells going like ch 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 and dum 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 dum.
No one asked for a recreation. Doesn't really work when you can't play all the instruments at the same time, does it?
Love it.
Doesn't work when you can't play all the instruments, babes.
So fucking exciting. Anyway.
What the fuck was Martha Jones wearing? She's turned into like an old matron.
What?
Like, she was wearing this jacket and a bun, and I was like...
Oh, yeah.
You just look... Why are they aging you like 10 million years?
Well, I suppose she's trying to look professional and...
Yeah, you can look professional. Clothes are clothes.
Yeah. One other thing that I've never been particularly keen on, because I don't quite get it, is this whole, the planets were put 1 second out of sync with the rest of the universe, and that's why they couldn't get to them. That's how they were hidden. They were put 1 second out of sync, so the TARDIS had to travel 1 second into the future in order to get to them.
Oh, okay.
But to me, it doesn't make any sense, because...
They're still going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'm just being stupid, but like, if the Doctor and Donna are there in the TARDIS waiting in this empty bit of space,
then the planet should fall into place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they're always 1 second ahead somehow, but I just it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of flim-flam, isn't it? A bit of sci-fi technology, terminology.
Yeah, a bit of...
And also, if that's really the case, how is just every phone ringing the Doctor at the same time gonna get through that? It's a little bit of bollocks, to be honest, in my opinion. But
yeah, no, that's because the phone that they were going through was a phone that can ring anywhere.
That's true. And they said about using all the power of the Rift.
Yeah.
As well, yeah.
And so the Rift can travel through time.
Oh, the Rift. Oh, yes, that does help, actually, because the Rift is a gap in time and space. Yeah. So, yeah, okay, that does help.
Yeah.
When they're...
Gwen there?
When...
He said Gwen there.
When they're looking at the Subwave Network, like, Zoom chat thing, and Donna sees Captain Jack, and she's like, and who's he? That's me whenever I'm scrolling Instagram and I see like someone I find attractive. Like Gwen was saying the doctor was a bit dishy.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
saying, oh, he's quite nice. I thought he'd be older.
He is old. He's 900 years old.
Yeah.
He what did he say in the episode? I used to come here when I was 90 as a kid.
Yeah, you laughed at that.
I was like, it was a bit funny.
It's funny. And then, okay, so have we talked about this already? Rose and the doctor running towards each other.
Oh my God. And then the Dalek comes out of
Romantically.
nowhere and it's...
So I do love that scene, the running towards each other, like romantically. Russell said that he wanted them to find the longest road that they could and have them at one end and either end of it. And they had cameras on quad bikes so that Billy and David could run as fast as they literally could and the cameras could keep up with them.
Yeah, but they kind of slowed her down with a fucking massive little prop that she's got swinging off her back.
Yeah, that's true.
She does look a bit like a knob.
With that big gun.
Yeah.
I do love that bit where she's talking to the looting people and she's like, do you like my gun? And they run off.
But the thing is, though, like, why did she do that?
Because she's got morals and she's like, just because the world's ending doesn't mean you can loot.
But we all know that's how it's going to go if it ever happens.
Actually, also, it's because I think she wanted to access the computer herself to see what was going on.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
She wanted to... Oh, she's got communication with Torchwood.
In her universe,
Yeah. But the thing is, though, her universe...
Oh, she was on the mobile to command, to control, whatever.
Yeah.
So she's got a mobile that can ring to another universe.
Yeah.
Really?
But there's gaps in space and time.
Yeah.
So this is the question.
Yeah.
Has she made a life in that universe?
Yeah.
And is that the universe that she wants to stay in now? Or does she want to come back to the Earth the universe that she came from? But now the Dishy Doctor's now going, I think she's like, oh, just take me back.
It's a bit sad, isn't it? If you love me, don't you?
Yeah.
If I suddenly changed my face, would you still love me?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then shock regeneration. You weren't expecting it in episode 12, were you?
No, but my personal opinion is this, Stephen.
Right.
Matt Smith gets a fucking finale as his opening episode.
But that's quite unusual, isn't it? To have that. That'd be quite a cool way to debut.
No. The Doctor, like David Tennant has worked so hard in this series. I think that he should be able to finish the series.
So you feel that he's been cheated a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Because David Tennant's character as the Doctor he's marvellous in a crisis.
Oh, he is.
And he shines the best in these type of episodes. And I just think we didn't get to see very much of him in this type of thing. And now we've got this massive crescendo of an episode coming up, and it's a different actor. Feels a bit. I think
I would just say, just wait and see how it's handled.
It might be a bit jarring for me. I don't know how it's handled. Do you?
Well, I've fucking seen it, Ben.
I don't.
What a stupid thing to say.
Anyhow.
I just want to share a few messages we've had from our listeners.
Okay.
About their thoughts on Series 4.
Okay.
Thank you very much to everyone who got in touch. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
So our first one is a voice note from Jason. Who is one of our patrons. And it goes as follows.
Hi, Stephen. Hi, Ben. First of all, love the pod. I started listening to you both back in 2022. Yeah, I've been a patron for a while too. Yeah, jump into my thoughts on season 4. It's the season I always rewatch first before any other season. So if I was to do a big rewatch, I would start with season 4 and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just for me, it gave two of the best characters ever introduced. Donna Noble is just the top tier companion material. Like, her intense chemistry is just unmatched. I could watch them for hours, and I do. I just remember season 4 coming from season 1 to 3. It was just refreshing, a change from the lovesick companion story. I never really did much research into who was being cast or whatever, but I specifically remember seeing Catherine Tate in The Runaway Bride and not really thinking she was going to come back, but I just didn't know, so it was a really nice surprise when I seen it. I also felt that season 4 was like the pinnacle of Davy's first era, and I've always seen it as Russell's kind of love letter to the show. Like, all the episodes are such a great mix of camp humour, really quick wit, gut-wrenching emotion. And just like amazing storylines that jump from the screen every time I watch it. Just the whole season is basically everything I love about the show as a whole. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I was looking forward to hearing your thoughts on my favourite show, and especially this season. It's great. Thanks very much.
Wow, thank you for that, Jason.
Oh my God, I was so mesmerised.
You have a lovely accent.
He sounds like a fucking dish. Oh,
He sounds a little bit like
that accent.
Andrew Scott.
That accent. Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
very nice. I was just listening to the voice.
Have you got any idea what he said, or were you just
Yeah, he said
absorbed
that
into
Don
his
Noble
voice?
was top tier, and I
Yeah.
agree.
Also, we've been listening since 2022, so really one of the OG listeners, because we only started in November 22. So love that. Thank you for getting in touch, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Next message comes on Instagram from TARDIS is a blue box.
TARDIS is a blue box.
I don't know your real name, so sorry about that. But TARDIS is a blue box says, Series 4 is peak Doctor Who. Nothing that came before and certainly nothing that came after will ever match how Series 4 feels to me. The Doctor, Donna Noble and their wonderful adventures remind me so much of the 4th Doctor and Sarah Jane. After all the love stuff with Rose and Martha, it was nice to just have a companion who didn't feel any of that and they were just two best friends. I love Donna so much and the last 4 episodes of this series are the best that RTD has ever written. I wasn't too sure about having Donna in full time and I'm glad to be proven wrong. Catherine Tate is phenomenal, as is Jacqueline King and Bernard Cribbins. Jacqueline King is Sylvia. There was a reason why a lot of fans for the RTD era say Series 4 is their favourite, and it's down to that casting. I love Partners in Crime, as do I love every single episode right through to Journey's End. That's next week. I couldn't have been happier when they came back. Spoilers. Thank you for that, TARDIS is a blue box. That's a theme, actually. A lot of people have said that having Donna as no romantic involvement with the Doctor at all is such a breath of fresh air.
Oh my God, yes.
You agree, I'm sure.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
This show does not need a romantic storyline.
No, it doesn't.
If you
It
have
can- it
if you
can-
have multiple companions and
Yeah.
that is a romantic storyline,
Yeah.
that's different.
What, between the companions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or an alien and a companion, or the.
Yeah.
I just don't think
I think it can dabble in it from time to time, but it's not a big part of it. It's yeah.
I don't think it sits well.
Okay.
I think like you can hint at it. I don't know. It just became a bit more. Yeah, didn't like it.
Yeah. Okay.
We know the Doctor boinks around. We don't need to be. Don't have to have it thrown around down our throat.
Rule 1: the Doctor boinks.
He does boink.
Okay. Our next voice note comes from Solomon.
Series 4 of Doctor Who is the greatest thing to ever happen to me. I was 4 when it came out, and I remember watching stuff like Midnight for the first time, and it completely moulded and formed and informed me as a person, as an individual. But it is consistently terrific, and at worst, very enjoyable. I think the weakest episode is Doctor's Daughter, and that still has some terrific moments within. So it's all good.
Thank you for that, Solomon.
Oh my God, he was 4.
Yeah, that makes me feel very old.
How old were we?
16.
That means we're 12 years older than him.
I was doing my GCSEs when this was airing. I remember that. Yeah, no, he's definitely right, by the way, that Doctor's Daughter's the weakest one.
I don't know if I agree.
Oh, really?
I
Oh,
can't
you
remember.
think Midnight, because you hated Midnight.
Yeah, Midnight was a bit weird.
That's your opinion. We've got another message, this time from Jay on Instagram, and it says, Series 4 was where RTD truly shone with Doctor and companion duo, as instead of making them star-crossed lovers, made them best friends. With Tennant's and Tate's performances, you can see that payoff on screen. I would also say it has the most dangerous and world-ending finale we've seen in the show so far, with truly showing how dangerous the Daleks are. Overall, a masterpiece of a season. I fully agree. And obviously you haven't seen the final episode yet, but you can probably resonate with that.
The Daleks a piece of shit.
They certainly are.
They
Thank you,
are.
Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
Our final voice note for this episode comes from Owen.
Hey Stephen, hey Ben, my name's Owen. Just want to say I'm a huge fan of the podcast, absolutely love it, always listen to and from work, even repeating episodes, just because it always makes me laugh as I'm going to and from work, makes that journey just that little bit easier. My thoughts on Series 4 is I'm a bit biased. It was my first series that I actually watched, and I think it's the best series that there has been, closely followed by Series 5. No spoilers there, of course. I absolutely love Donna. She's my favourite companion. David Tennant and Catherine Tate are my favourite Doctor and companion duo. I think they just absolutely... I can't even begin to say how much I actually love the pair of them. Hope you're enjoying the series. I think the Series 4 has the best finale that Doctor Who has had so far. And yeah, can't wait to hear what your thoughts are. Hope you're doing well. Thanks, guys.
Aww.
Yeah.
I'm doing well, Owen.
Yeah.
Owen, is yours spelt with an E or an O?
O-W-E-N.
Oh, he's spelt like not the Irish way.
No. Another lovely accent, though.
I wish I had an accent.
Yeah. I love when he said, always listen to and from work. It's nice to know that. And, in fact, God, he said he was repeating episodes. Like, don't you think listening once is enough?
I'm a bit weird.
Yeah. So we appreciate the dedication. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's lovely to hear from people with their thoughts on Series 4. If you have messaged in and you haven't heard yours yet, have no fear, because I'm going to be doing the rest of them on the next episode. But for now, it is time for...
Patreon,
shout-outs. Patreon, shout-outs. Guess what?
What?
You know, we just had a lovely voice note from Owen. He's our newest patron.
Welcome to the crew, Owie.
Thank you so much, Owen. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It means so much.
So our list of patrons is now as follows, and I'm going to do it, of course, in a Dalek voice today. Louisa! Philip!
Jason.
Joe! Tom! Louis! Michael! Verna! Heather! Benny! Caleb! Monica! Amber! Jess! Kaylee! Kieran! Jay! And now Owen! Wow. We're so self-indulgent.
We forgot to rank it.
Oh, we forgot to rank it because I was so excited about messages. Let's do that
We
now.
don't have to do this bit.
Yes, we do. Where is the Stolen Earth going to go on your list? Bearing in mind your top one at the moment is Forest of the Dead. Is this better or not as good as that?
I'm going to put it in second.
Oh, really?
No. I'm tossing up between 4, 3 and 2.
Yeah, remember how good Human Nature was?
Blink is good.
And Blink is good.
But I do like this episode.
This is a good episode, yeah.
I do think it's a fantastic setup.
Yes, it is. And we know you're not really a fan of the two-parters normally, so the fact that you're liking the setup.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put it 4.
Number 4.
Yeah, so I think that will bring
So
Blink down to 5.
Between Human Nature and Blink.
Yeah.
Very good. I'm putting it just under Blink and above Silence in the Library, which makes it number 6 for me.
That's cool.
Which is very high, obviously.
Considering there's like 1 million episodes.
There we go. So number 4 and number 6. Wow, this was a fun episode to watch and to record. I hope you've enjoyed listening to it. You know where you can find us. It's all in the show notes. We're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You can buy us a Ko-fi, and we've had 2 people buy us a Ko-fi.
Thank you for our caffeinated sponsors.
Where's my phone?
Our sponsors of... I don't know.
Where's it gone?
I don't know. You had it. Are you sat on it?
You can't even ring it because it's on silent.
Lift up the cushion. Oh, it's up there.
Oh.
Just see Stephen trying when he thinks he's lost his phone. It's like...
Panic.
Okay, let me do it again. Thank you for our caffeinated sponsors.
Yes. So a huge coffee-flavoured thank you to...
Caffeinated thank you.
To Imogen.
Imogen.
And to Zoe.
And Zoe.
It wasn't your mum, it was another Zoe.
Oh. With a Y or an E?
No, Zoe. This was a Zoe that was part of the Doctor Who fan orchestra, so I know her. So
Hi,
huge
Zoe.
thank you to both of you, Imogen and Zoe.
What instrument did Zoe play?
Clarinet and vocals. Thank you so much. Honestly,
It makes a huge difference.
yeah,
for us.
the support is just lovely. It's just lovely.
Like, takes a lot of Stephen's time.
Yeah.
to do this, but he does enjoy it.
Oh, I love it.
But
but it is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work,
and more to the point, you give up your time for this.
Yeah, and I don't have very much time.
No, so it's particularly
my career is quite draining.
Valuable. Yeah. So you're coming to the end of your course at the moment.
Yes.
And it's really reaching a climax, which is why we are trying to get Series 4 finished, so you can have a nice break while Shooty Gatwa's series is on.
Yeah. Because I want to do some sewing and
100%, yeah. And it'll be a well-deserved break, but you will be back.
I will be back.
But yes, as I was saying, you know where to find us. Check the show notes if you're not sure. We love you all. We're very excited to discuss Journey's End next week. And until then,
stay cool, stay safe,
stay fantastic.